Today we are in Adarsh Bangalore. We have with us Mrs. Manisha and Mr. Anupam. You have got the most beautiful and elegant house, ma'am, and I love every bit of it.
Thank you.
So, how do you enjoy your house? How do you cherish it?
Oh, every day, like every other day, he will say, "This has come out nice, no doubt about it." Like we had planned about it, but we didn't know it will come out so beautifully. So we are happy, very happy.
Yeah. From the time we enter the house, each of the design elements that are a part of this house now go well so much in harmony with each other that it gives a serene feeling to us, right? And whenever we look around, we just find it very, very beautiful. So we enjoy every bit of it as well.
So, as you know, there are a lot of designing firms in Bangalore. So, what made you to zero down into designer area?
Yeah. So I would say the people part comes first. I mean, the way Anil and the rest of his team, they explained the project to us, the way they took us around to show around their various projects, the clients that they have who we interacted with, the feedback we got from them, right? And also the designs that we saw for and the finish, the finer nuances of the design, the final finish of the design that we saw on many of the projects was really good. So all these factors really came around, and the feedback on the quality part was also extremely good. Anil's involvement along with his team in the projects were good. So I think a range of these factors helped us decide on Anil finally.
The best part in the house you love the most?
Yeah, I mean, when we enter the house, the living and the dining, this whole area looks very elegant and very beautiful to us. So every time, and we spend a lot of time in this area, and anytime we go out, come in, we cross by this area, it just gives us a very good feel. It makes it feel very homely. It's not overdone, it's not underdone, just the right size and the right way it is done for us.
And what about you, ma'am?
I enjoy. A lot of time we spend in family room, and we all enjoy that place because definitely it's in the central part, and otherwise also like I have a good control from there to my kids in the kitchen everywhere. So it's very comforting, nice place. Another place which I spend a lot of time is the kitchen, and that also I sat with the designer many times, like to make sure that things come properly to my uses, and it has come out really nice. The hob and the chimney, whether it's the oven or the microwave. I have a rolling shutter, which like it all syncs with the entire environment, and the convenience has increased a lot. Everything, the placement of each and everything is to my choice, so it's beautiful.
Can you tell us a couple of interesting events which took place during the project phase?
Yeah, so one of the very interesting parts was during the design itself. So we had made several trips to Anil's office. The best part about the design was some of the fruit juices that we and the lime juices that we used to have. The kids really had fun, so they were always eager to go just because of the lime juice. So it became easier for us. And then of course the entire design part was very, very interesting, I would say. While it took us some time to come up with the overall design that suits our taste and for the designer to understand what our preferences are, but you know, those were some of the very interesting phases where we were battling with, hey, what color should we have? And there are so many aspects to be taken care of in the design, the aesthetics, the color, the placement of the various objects, and the overall harmony of the room, of the house. So many aspects to be taken care of. So it gave a lot of interesting moments for us.
And we learned new things also.
Yes.
So we were a little skeptical about few things, but the designer was like, you should go with it, and it really worked well. So we are very happy that.
How was your experience with the project execution team?
Okay. Execution always demands a lot of patience, right? So the project manager that we dealt with, and then of course his assistants as well were very patient in hearing us out, right? And there were times when we would ask for those minor things or minor changes or minor aspects of the work to be taken care of. So that was extremely good. They were always attentive, they would listen, and then there would be occasional follow-ups required because of the multiple people involved. But regardless, they would ensure that the work gets done the way we want it. So that the cultural aspect of the group, wherein they try to ensure that there is customer satisfaction down to the lowest level of workers, is simply stupendous. Other than that, I would say the accuracy around the details, right? The finer details, the edges that come out, or some of the very minute things in the design where you want the finish to be really good, were taken care of very well. One important aspect which I would like to highlight here is that there was an aspect in the family room design setup where we were a little skeptical if this has come out really well or not. And the first time that Anil visited and his project managers were also looking at it, they said, no, this has not really come out well, let's change the whole thing, right? So the work had to be redone. It was a big piece of work that had to be done, a lot of material that went waste, a lot of effort that had to be put in again, but all that was, and the time of course, right? We ended up spending a few extra days, probably a couple of extra weeks redoing that work. But the magnanimity of the approach that, okay, let's make this perfect, is what we really liked about the execution.
Even in the kitchen, like twice expensive glass broke.
Thrice. Yeah, it was thrice that it broke, right? And Anil probably was not aware that it was broken thrice. I don't know if he was aware, but the other agency would come in and they would be doing some work, either fixing the switchboard or doing some other work, and the glass broke, and they were very, very particular and quickly replaced the glass, right? Even a small crack in the edge, and they would say, well, this should get replaced, and they were very, very prompt and good with doing all of that.
Have all your thoughts been brought into reality? Okay.
Because we hadn't pictured everything like this, but yes, what is reality is very good.
Absolutely, I mean, I agree with her. When we started off, right, you start off with some rudimentary things. Hey, I want it this way and I want it that way. You don't really have the picture of the whole house. And as it builds up, right, the beauty of the engagement was that at each of those steps, when we wanted things to be molded into the overall design, I think all of the team members were quick to understand, recognize that fact, make those minor changes if necessary, without going too much out of the way. That was not really necessary, but and then make this holistic thing come out really beautiful. So overall, yes, the house has come out to be more beautiful than what we ever expected it to be.
So, what do you say? What is the best compliment you have so far received about your house?
They keep asking like, where did you got it from and who was the guy, and I do get one or two calls also because I live in an apartment, and there are people who ask like, can you just tell me about the person, about the firm, how is it working and all. So there are quite a few who keep asking, so I think that is a compliment in itself.
Yeah. And I would say a big compliment is always the one where a connoisseur, a person who really understands the design aspects and the workmanship, asks some very detailed questions. And that's when you really feel that, okay, there is something that has really gone in to this whole work, where those kind of questions are being asked by someone who is a real expert. Okay? But of course, it points back to the designer, to Anil and his company, and many other aspects. But those questions themselves are extremely good compliments, and what everyone enjoys is the harmony of the house, right? And kids love it, right? That's the biggest compliment that we could get even today after a year. When I ask my kids, hey, do you like the house? and they are like thrilled about it. They say, hey, yes, it is really nice. It is much better. It's like a dream place for all of us. So yes,
And my husband loves to give a tour of the house to whoever comes in.
absolutely.
So I think that's a compliment.
Absolutely.
It was pleasure talking to you both. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Congratulations on your new home to design.
Thank you.